groove. Like,
What's up, everybody? We are live. I am RMI, founder of NEWFANS. We got Double R in the building. We got Young Boss Crook in the building. And we have NEWFANS music contest winner, Nemesyzz. Yeah. How you feeling, Nemesyzz?
I feel good. You know what? I feel I like all three of your teams. Like, you guys are just good. Gee, that's what I say for now.
Appreciate that. So, what got you started in music?
Um, I would say it's funny because my mom, she said when I was like two, I used to just stand in front of the TV screen. Like I just used to look at the TV when Prince would come on or like Michael Jackson would come on, and she said that I was just always glued to the television. I was singing along with the lyrics. Like I just love melodies. That was my thing. That's what started me with music. I love melodies growing up. And then I wanted to replicate. I wanted to do my own melodies. I also wanted to interpolate other people's melodies, you know. That's what got me started. Just the way music made me feel as a child. That was what I wanted to do just for the rest of my life, you know. Just just it just feels good. That's all I could say.
Dope. I noticed that like your music isn't like the I guess modern day hip hop. Like you're more like lyrical, and you have like you do a lot of storytelling. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so um the way I look at it with the music that I do, I um I love movies. That's my thing. I love TV shows. I love like series where you build up on the character, you know, where you can because without character development, you can't invest in it. That's how I look at it. So um I think of Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, and you have to take several seasons to really care about someone. And music to me it's a movie. It's all cinema. And cinema makes you trip out more than music can sometimes. Like you can feel see things visually. I feel like you think about that. Like it resonates for a while. Like when you first, let's say when you first watched the movie Fight Club, for example, like you see Tyler Durden and you didn't know that he had an alter ego. Just to see it visually, it's like how can I create the visual in audio form? And that's how I think about it when I make music. I just don't want to make like a regular song because to me, anyone can make a dope song. Like that's a given. We have a lot of amazing stuff out, but then I want people to be able to paint their own picture when they hear my music. So that's what I think about when I created cinema. It's like an audio book for me, you know.
How often are you putting out music?
Um, Not often as I should be. I need to do it more, but I'm such a perfectionist, which I'm trying to break out of that, because I'm doing everything on my own. Like I'm doing the mixing, the mastering, the writing, the recording, the production, the sound design, and sometimes I get caught up in being a perfectionist, and it's very depressing. Like for anyone that yeah, for anyone that does everything on their own, they would know how what I'm talking about. Like it doesn't feel good. It can actually send you into a depressive state sometimes. But I have to learn to take breaks as well and then come back to it. But then I feel like sometimes I'm running out of time. It feels like I'm running out of time while I'm working, because then I'm even just pulling up my Pro Tool sessions sometimes. I'm like, yo, there's so many tracks, so many layers. I'm not finna get this done today. It's gonna take weeks, but then it's like it might take months. It might take. So um, I'm trying to get back into a space where I'm feeling what I'm doing, and as opposed to being so technical. Because when I'm being more, 1 second.
I don't feel a freestyle. Come on.
Make a beat out of that. You know.
Mm,
Yeah.
car honking, honky tonking. Mm. Oh, but it's not. but um, but yeah, like I'm trying to break out of just being a perfectionist sometimes, because I do get technical, because I'm always thinking about the mixing aspect of things, and then I'm like, but then sometimes, when you produce and mix and you're a songwriter, you're thinking like, okay, I got things sounding good, but I mixed it to a point where now there's no feeling in it anymore. And I'm just trying to find that balance. That's all I'm trying to.
Okay. How do you avoid? Because I feel like I know Double can attribute to this.
Mm,
As an artist, you know, you got to live some remnants of a life to be able to have something to talk about in the first place. So,
yeah.
how
Hmm.
do you, with all that on your plate, how do you avoid burnout and stay, fresh? So, like, you can when you feel the need to be creative, you're not forcing it.
Oh, that's a good question. Um, it's interesting. Like for me, it's like the burnout. Burnout actually, it gives me energy for some reason. Like it motivates me. Like it drives me even more. And I don't know why that happens, if I'm being honest with you. And then I drink a lot of coffee, so maybe that's a part of it. But and that's not good, of course, to um drink so much coffee. But I yeah, I think it's something that drives me. And then even when I'm trying to fall asleep, when I'm trying to give myself a break with the burnout in the subconscious, the work that I have to do, it looks like math equations, like it looks like math problems in my dreams, and it wakes me up. And that 30 minutes of sleep that I'm able to get, it feels like 30 hours sometimes. Yeah, I feel very refreshed. But then everyone around me, my mom, shout out to moms, of course, she's like, you're gonna you're doing too much. She called me out the other day because I drank a whole pack of coffee um in like a day. And she got on me. Of course, she was like, why are you drinking too much coffee? You're addicted to. And I'm like, well, I got stuff to do. And she was like, I don't care. She said, at what cost? What are you doing this for? Like you're gonna get sick. because I'm literally up 21 hours a day, every day, just working. And it's the people around me. I'm not used to people caring and telling me to take a break, but yeah, my mom and RXPRN, shout out to her. She's always like, you need to rest. You need to somehow give yourself a break. And I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, you do. You're gonna die doing music, and then no one's ever gonna hear what you do. You know. So
Yeah,
I
that
somehow
was my thing.
going.
That was my thing. Like I agree with everything you're saying. I just think
Hmm.
sometimes when you become too abusive with things, and you have to. You still human. You still have other things, or you still a soul. You get what I mean? You still have other things that you have to be you have to be responsible for. So this is your vehicle. You got to be responsible for it, and you have to do the proper things to be at the proper stages. So meaning that it might work for you now. Not saying it's not, but the thing that you're doing to your body, we don't realize how strong our bodies actually are. You're breaking it down, and eventually you're
Yeah,
not going to be able to just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna stop." So you're gonna have to find another substitute to balance everything out. You know what I mean? Whether that's like finding other ways to, I guess, still be feel like you're being productive and creative, but relaxing and being at peace too. You gotta find that balance. You know what I mean? Sometimes you do have to shut down because your brain is a muscle.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that motherfucker will lock up on your ass. You know
That's
what I mean?
true. That's true. Hmm.
So, I mean, and your
Facts.
body itself. So
I agree. I agree.
and whatever whoever that friend was, he told you the truth because it's like if you're not doing the proper things to balance out the lifestyle, it's like you'll be a hidden jewel that is never found. You know what I mean? Never heard in a sense. So it's like
I feel
you
that.
have to maintain the balance. You get what I mean? You can't like put all this time and energy into something and then for it to go by the wayside. What work like what is that? You get what I'm saying? Like it'd be like kind of in a sense like it's you not getting the proper just due that you should. You get what I mean? So it's
I
like
I
you gotta
agree.
be mindful of that.
That's hey, I agree 1,000%.
I like to attribute that to it's like a metaphor.
Hmm.
Same thing for anybody, because like same thing applies to anybody that works or and you got a job. Sometimes you can, especially when you service job where you in the business of dealing with people. Sometimes you forget to refill your own, spirit, your own cup, uh, and you gotta take the time out to self care, self love, all that good stuff, so that you can have the energy and the spirit and the resolve and motivation to even get up in the morning and do your daily routine.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
uh, yeah, I definitely can relate to that. But I also understand that you got different parts of your brain as well. So that aren't active when you're being creative. So
Yeah.
it takes a different side of your brain to read a book than it does to write a song.
That's
Uh,
hey. Now that's true. Yeah. Mm.
so, but with that being said, like Double said, you gotta have balance.
That's
Not
true.
just be a well-rounded artist, but be a well-rounded human being, and
Hmm.
put things into your spirit and your mind that yield you know, good fruit, good crop, so you can have something to feed off of when you need, motivation or energy to keep pushing through difficult times. So yeah, I trust me, I understand. But I was gonna ask,
I love
um,
that. Yeah.
yeah, man, it's being a creative is not just about your particular craft. It's about you mastering the ability to create when there's nothing. There's no you got writer's block. So what
Yeah.
else can you say you do multiple things, so what else can you do? Well, since I can't write nothing, let me go try to make a beat. Oh well, I got a block on that. Let me go try to network or do something constructive in a manner that get you closer to your goals, rather than wasting time being idle and not really doing nothing because you feel like you got writer's block.
Yeah. Oh. Hmm. I
But yeah,
feel that.
that comes with the territory of being so talented. When you do so many things, balancing those skills and talents can sometimes be taxing, like you said, and it'll cause you to burn out and give up on different skills and things and put things to the side when you should be kind of, I guess, planning out your day minute
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
minute, hour by hour, right? Because you have so much stuff and so many skills, you need to be more technical with your planning so that you don't get burned out. But yeah, like I said, you gotta fill your cup up, man, because you pouring it out every time you do something for somebody. You serving somebody, you getting up, you moving, and paying bills, all that stuff. It take a little toll on you, uh, just being an adult. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, you gotta keep your head up and stay focused and avoid burnout by planning your days, planning your skills. When am I gonna practice on this? When am I gonna do this? Because otherwise, you fall into that routine where you don't get nothing done because one particular thing is not
Yeah.
going where you want it to.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Anybody, y'all take control. I don't have a question right now. I'm thinking on one.
um, so Nemesis,
Was good.
you said you don't have like a release schedule. Well, what would be your goal? Like, how many albums or singles would you like to put out in a year?
Um, at this point, I'm trying to do like one like every week. Now that's where I'm at. Like just drop some singles every week, and I have a lot of songs in the vault that just need to be mixed and matched. But I'm trying to drop one going forward and build momentum towards the actual albums. I have stuff done, and with artists that I work with, I have stuff with you check out if whenever you have time, like Verde Zool, you know, Blue Flame. I'm with artists right now with Dax Brown, Poco. Like we got some stuff in the works, and I just have to focus, because one thing I noticed, one of my faults is that I'm trying to work on multiple things at once, but then I'm never, that doesn't feel good because then I'm like, okay, I've even done it sometimes from clock, and I'll I'll have, maybe I have 10 songs that need to be done by the day, and I'm literally putting a timer on, and I'm like, I'm gonna finish this song in 1 hour. Okay, I had 1 hour to do this, but that hour goes by so fast when you time yourself. That hour feels like, okay, next song. So I am gonna get the 10 songs done because 10 hours feels like much more than what I'm used to with my deadlines. But then that goes so fast, and then I end up with a bunch of rushed products at the end of the day, where maybe most people won't hear what I hear, but then I hear it back, and I'm like, you can tell I rushed through that. So I'm trying to just take time and just do one song a week, like starting Monday, start a song, even if it's done, just start mixing and really, really take time with it. And by Friday, have it ready for release. So that's where I'm at now.
What do you feel like is your biggest challenge as an independent artist?
I'll say that again.
What do you feel like is your biggest challenge as an independent artist?
As an independent artist, I would say my will to see things visually, like even through audio. I would say, yeah, because then you can take anything. You can take. I feel like you can, as a producer, you can take any concept, and you can take you could take a you could take a really Hollywood something you can't even relate to, but you can pull that out of an artist, and and you don't even have to pull it out of them by changing them. Like people think you got to change an artist and you got to change their style. You don't have to do that. Just pull it out of them. They have it in them. We all have it within ourselves. Like we when we create, we do it for a reason. So we can pull that out of people, just like people have pulled that out of me at times, you know? And so I think I'm able to look at things visually, and then many people have told me this. They have said, you're really good at knowing what I'm going for. And I've had people send me sessions, and they're shocked because when I send the session back, I what they wanted me to enhance on, they notice I did enhancements, but I didn't have to change what they did, and they're like, I'm not used to that. It's like because I'm not trying to feed my ego. You know, I'm not trying to change what you did. If I don't like what you did, I wouldn't put that energy into wanting to. If you came to me and you told me like I want you to do this, can you do this? Can you do that? I'll do it if you want me to, but I'm not here to change anyone's vision. You know, if you feel like and if I feel like I can make it better and we're on the same vibration, because I'm all about vibration. I don't care about status. I don't care about I don't care your fan base. I don't care. For me, it's like if I really like what you do and you came to me and said, can you add something to this? Now I'm honored. I don't want you to feel honored. I feel honored for that because now I'm a part of something dope, you know, and yeah. So I think and everybody has told me that. That's what I've been told. Like you really get what I'm trying to do. That's been the responses I get every time, and I don't have to change anything ever.
I do like the uh one song a week strategy. I have the same problem you do, doing multiple things at one time. Um, but that's what you have to do when you're a solopreneur. So don't think that, you know, you're the only one in this. We all, you know, want to be successful, and when you're starting out, you don't have the team or the you know, big dollars behind you to do what you need to do. So you end up being the editor, the creator, the engineer, the producer, the marketer, the street team,
Yep, yep.
the everything. So
Uh,
um, you know, don't feel like you're alone in that, but just know that as you continue on with your journey, you're going to start to pick up on, okay, now that I'm making X amount of money, and I feel comfortable hiring this person to do this particular job.
mhm.
um that was one of the hardest things for me to do, is to say, okay, I need help, and then actually hire someone to do the help that I needed. And once I did that, you just have so much relief because you know that it's getting done. You know, sometimes I felt like I wasn't doing enough because I wasn't physically, you know, working. So I definitely understand what you said earlier, what you was going through, and I want you to know that this is like the solopreneur's journey,
Yeah,
and that there is a silver lining. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
just keep going with that.
Thank you. That's a y'all making a brother feel good right now. Like
Oh, that's
I mean, that's the objective
good.
though. Uh, like that's the whole point.
yeah,
It's not, new fans is exactly what the name entails. Like
I
Uh,
I love it because I
yeah,
feel so lost sometimes with
yeah,
because no one, and I don't expect anyone to see the process. I don't. I would never put that on anyone, but it's hard sometimes. Like people don't understand how much they think it's just, oh, you're just pushing buttons and you're doing audio, you're just recording, you have it easy, you're just recording and writing, and it's like, nah, it's much more than that though. It's so much more. But you can't really get anyone to understand that, and I'm not trying to do that either, because if you don't know, you don't know, but it's hard sometimes. It's a lonely experience.
Yeah, definitely. So I know offline we was talking about having a community of artists. Would that benefit, you know, uh, an artist like you, where everyone is like a solopreneur, but maybe if you had a community of solopreneurs, you won't feel as lonely.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah,
I think so. I mean,
That was the whole point of the idea. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
to get us to come together to be able to collab, send things to each other, ask questions, learn. You get what I mean? Grow as a community to where it's like, all right, well, we all building on this. Nobody feels left out. If you need help on building your credit, or you trying to go on this playlist and we can help, or you get what I'm saying? Like we trying to start, you trying to start your own record label. Like it's different things that we
Mm,
can kind of all help each other. You get what I'm saying? And then have challenges throughout the week. You know what I mean? Let's
I
do
agree.
this. Let's do that. You know what I mean? What's the word? Like what's the thing we working on this month? Like you know what I mean? Like everybody got their own weaknesses as artists. We should be taking time out to like just push each other. You know what I mean? It should be different things going on in the community. The way it's like everybody that's like us should be building together. You know what I mean? And
I agree. I
bouncing off each other's ideas.
It's crazy what you just said, because I agree with everything you said. My little brother, he's been helping me because he told me recently pretty much what you were just saying. He said, you can. He was like, get on Discord. He was like, get on there. It's a community. Like he's like, I said, I think at this point you need community with what you're doing, because he finally heard my work. He saw my computer. He saw my hard drives. He's like, "You look like a madman, Ave." Like it was like you need to ask for help sometimes. And he's been like on that. He's like, okay, you did the work, but now like it's okay. You need to get some help, or you know.
Well, how do you handle the business side of music? Do you have a LLC? Do you have a business bank account? Um,
I do.
do you have a dedicated way? Like, how are you marketing your music? Like, what is the business side of your music career? Can you break that down a little bit?
So I have everything you say. I have that, the LLCs, the EIN number. Like I have everything, but I'm just now starting to take it really seriously, because I'm starting to I'm choosing to lose control of things, because I've been trying to control everything, as far as like just being the CEO of the label, being the person to just run everything at all times. But I'm noticing, and you guys, all three of you have mentioned it. Like it's all it does is creates burnout. So I'm starting to let go of control, and I'm learning it does make me feel better, actually, to just I have I'm not trying to do everything myself anymore. I'm not trying to, if anyone has a good idea within the label, or if they, even though I have my ideas, but sometimes because of the burnout, due to the burnout, I don't know where to go from there. Like my brain is it's clouded at that point. So now, so I think I hit a point now where I'm like, let me let go of a lot of things, and let me just let other people around me that know we're on the same wave frequency. Let's let them do it because they know what I'm trying to do, and I don't have to say anything because they just know. So let them handle that. So that's where I'm at now. We've had for a while, but I never took it seriously like I should have for such a long time because I'm doing the music. But I'm starting to understand how important running an independent label really is. Like it's a lot of work.
It is.
Man,
And
it's a lot.
I've been through burnout before. And
Yeah.
I took like a year off. I mean, Young Bucks,
Wow.
Crook, and Double R, they know. I took like a year off because
I don't know
I
those
mean
people.
it was hard. So I get that. But
Damn. And when did this happen? When did you take your year off?
A year from right about now.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. I think we started again what, last year?
Like September, something like that.
Yeah, like mid last year, but yeah, I definitely had burnout. I was, but you know what? Don't be afraid of it. Like I was posting like 10 times a day, grew my YouTube to 50K on Armada Music. Um I've been working on IG, for like 3 years, grew it to like what is it? Almost 25K. Like, and then I got tired and I was just like I burnt out and it was hard. It affects you mentally. It's like a mental struggle, because you feel like you're doing everything you possibly could, and the returns are just minimal.
Minimal as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I attribute it to being a special ed teacher.
mhm.
Wow.
Special ed teachers, you got to put in years and years and years of work with a particular student, knowing they have the deficits that they have to even yield some kind of gain or result. Like you'll have small wins throughout that year or school year, but it'll take years and years upon years for the fruits of your labor to actually, blossom, and you can actually harvest those fruits and do something with them. And that's how I feel about, any business venture, anything you trying to do in general. Like I like to say, anything worth doing is gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be easy. So, and it's gonna be time consuming, which is the hardest part, because we all have our own like clocks, our mental clocks, that I gotta get this done, I gotta do this, I gotta do
Yep.
that, right? And I feel like at the end of the day, slow progression is better than no progression. So,
Ooh.
um, if you're getting up, I don't care if it's just 20 minutes, 10 minutes. If you're doing something religiously, habitually, every day or every week, whatever your routine may be, then you're doing better than most, because most people let excuses stop them from doing anything, and they'll let anything stop them from going and handling their business. So, like I said, with this entrepreneurial spirit that most people are trying to have nowadays, uh, everybody ain't cut out for it. Just like
No.
everybody, like black people like to call everybody kings and queens, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
everybody ain't no king. Everybody ain't no queen. Like you gotta have somebody to rule, and everybody
Yeah.
everybody can't be royalty. So, um, I feel like I said, with this particular like skill or trait that you get into, especially with the music business, it's 9 times out of 10. Most of the time, it's the people that stuck with it and not the people that just did it the best. It's the people that just stuck
Yeah.
with it, kept doing things, reevaluating their plans, making adjustments, and doing things that got them closer to where they want to be. Because what it's about is about being ready for an opportunity to receive help. If you're not ready to receive help, it's not gonna come. It ain't gonna come. You gotta put yourself in the realm, in the room with the people that can actually help you. And if you're not there, then it's you just not there. You got to work a little bit more. You got a couple more steps to take, a few more things to do, and that's just a product of anything, any task that you do, anything that you got to do for your life in general. That's what it's gonna come with. It's gonna come with time. You gotta take time out of your day and your life to pursue whatever goals that you need to meet to reach that main really big goal, right? But yeah, man, I commend you because you
Thank you.
know, uh, like
I
I
commend
said,
all
it's
as
not too
well.
many artists. Oh, go ahead.
I commend all three. Well, it sounds like y'all went like y'all know it. Like
Yeah, I was about to say, man, I mean, just on the personal tip, I done been there. I'm burnt out right now. Just to be honest, I'm not even trying to be funny, but like as I get older, I'm kind of like, do I really want to keep doing
Going with
something?
that shit.
yeah,
Yeah, like I could be doing something else, and
Yeah,
it's not necessarily that I don't love what I do. It's more about my priorities and my responsibilities. Like to do music, it takes time away from my family. It takes time away from
yeah, yeah, yeah.
other stuff that I have to do. And if it's not yielding me the results that I need it to yield within the time frame that I have to wait for it, then it's kind of like I'm conflicted with whether I want to move forward or not. Because it takes a lot of energy to push through doubt and whatever else
Yes,
may come up, and then get back to a good space to where you can continue to push and make the things you need to make, as far as creative, work goes. So, with that being said, bro, burnout is something that happens because you actually doing your job.
wow.
Um,
See, and
don't
I've never heard that before. Like I'm not used to.
pe-
That's the first time I've heard that.
People
Yeah,
that don't, people that just think of it like this, people that go to work and sit on their ass and don't do nothing, they can't get burnt out. Only thing they can get burnt out on is getting up off their behind. You know, uh, you don't get burnt out from not doing nothing. You get burnt out from actually gaining headway, actually making small steps towards a large goal. So if you're not doing nothing, then you don't have nothing to lose, and it's pretty much you know
now
guaranteed. So
that's
expect burnout, expect it to come, and but also plan to self care, plan to
yeah.
love on yourself. Uh, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a hug, tell yourself you're proud of yourself. Because it don't come a lot. It's not gonna come a lot. It's not gonna come a lot as a black man, for one. For in general, if you're a black man, ain't nobody gonna tell you good job too many times. And then second of all, as an artist, you gotta be careful because people be gaslighting and
That's true.
they just telling you they like the music because they want you to turn the music off. They just telling you they like the music because they want you to move on to the next thing. Or this nigga always coming over here playing his new song. Blah, 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 blah. People get burnt out on you shooting for your dreams and manifesting your dreams,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it'll somehow in turn bleed over and transfer onto you, and that's just how it is. It comes with the territory. Everybody gonna have something to say about somebody doing something that they can't do, plain and simple.
Hey, that's real
yeah,
talk.
but I ain't gonna lie. I feel like piggyback. I feel like kind of I low key feel like everybody kind of deal with burnout because of repetition, no matter what it is. Whether
Yeah.
you a drug addict, you know what I'm saying, you're a person that faithfully go to work, you're religious, you get what I'm saying. Whatever it is, I feel like you could become burnt out at it mentally. You get what I'm saying, and just physically, like you
Yep.
could just be burnt out because it become the repetition of things make you feel kind of robotic sometimes, and like
Yeah. Hmm.
like caged in. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't really feel
Yeah,
as free as you know you should be or could be, in a sense.
that's real.
Mm.
It,
That's human nature. We
it,
all aspire
it-
to be bigger and better as you know, bigger and better selves, better versions of ourselves. It's human nature when you feel like you're doing something and it's a waste of your damn time. And you definitely gonna feel burnout. You
hey,
definitely gonna once you start feeling like, man, is this something that am I actually like wasting my time? Because at the end of the day, like you got to come to grips with what you're willing to sacrifice for your version of success.
mhm,
So if if you don't mind working 30 years and having your retirement fund and all that shit, and that's what you want to do, then that's what you're gonna have to make a choice on what you're gonna do. If you want to make music, just know it's gonna make your life a little bit more complicated.
yeah, that's true. I'm thinking about everything you guys are saying. I think about I tell everyone, anyone that watches this interview that I personally know, they gonna know what I'm talking about. I mentioned J.K. What's her name? The one that does Harry Potter. I can't think of her last name, but the creator of Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling, I think her name is. Just reading her story and how and a homie, it made me also think of what a homie told me one time. He said people always they only see the end result. They don't see the beginning and the middle. The homie Lalo, shout out to him. And he and I think of her story and how the journey, like what it took for her to get to a point where she hit Harry Potter, like that next level, like everyone loves Harry Potter, and she hearing about her being abused and pregnant and abused and single mom, like in one hand having her baby in one arm and having to go to coffee shops to write the script in the other hand for Harry Potter and getting turned down by everybody pretty much, and everybody's like, this will never work. This will never work. And that just shows you like people always allow other people to dictate. Like you can let people, you look at American Idol, people think, oh, you can't sing, you can't do this. You think about Lauryn Hill at the Apollo, you think about that. It's like they told her she got booed off the stage, but nah, it doesn't matter. It's like if you someone, even the owner, the dude who does Squid Game, looking at his journey, he said he experienced major burnout. He had to go pawn his laptop. He was broke working on the script for Squid Game, but look where he's at now. Like you just never know. You just got to keep going. No one, all the legends right now, like Walt Disney, uh, these people that created empires and they created universes within our universe. They're where they need to be, and everyone told them no. Like you're a failure. You're not going to succeed. This is a stupid idea. But it turns out it wasn't a stupid idea after all. Right? Also,
About I about to say you always crazy till it come true.
hey, yeah, yeah,
Everybody,
yep.
everybody gonna call you crazy, man. You crazy. You ain't, like you can't do that. Ain't no way. Like I got a partner been rapping for 40 years,
Yeah.
and like I get it, but like I said, bro, it's a certain honesty and truth in what people say to a certain degree. Like if you 45 and it ain't happened, I'm not saying it can't happen, but maybe it's time for you to pivot
Mhm,
into a different realm, a different tier of creativity,
mhm.
uh, because everything has its time and season, and
That, hey, that's true. Everything has its time and season. Yeah.
yeah, so you can't expect to be doing something for 2 decades
Hmm.
and expect things to change when you're still doing the same shit.
When you're doing the
You know,
same, yeah, yeah,
it's not gonna work. that what you've done the past 20 years didn't work. You need to change something, do something, right? And that's kind of
See,
how.
I had to learn that. What you just said, I had to. That's why now, and everyone's like, you got everyone in your house. You got your brothers and sisters that do lyric videos. They do. I'm like, why are you not working with them? And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Why am I not working with them? So now I'm starting to. I'm learning with myself. I'm like, I can't keep just dropping music, and that's not enough. Like because especially for what I'm doing, it requires like an explanation of the universe that I'm trying to create, and I can't do that alone. And this is what I had to learn. You know, it's like I need a circle that can listen to what I'm doing, and they can help me elevate it visually and like put it out there in a much better way that I can't do. Even if I have the idea, I don't know how to put the idea. I just make the music. That's my thing. That's all I
Uh,
know. You know, so it's like um things, and I've been, and what you just, it resonates because I've been doing that. I've been thinking, oh, I could just drop music, and people gonna like it, and I'll be set. I'll be I'm learning. I'm learning to learn from others. I don't care how old you are either. Like I'm like I love learning.
yeah, I was gonna ask. So you do a lot. Uh, what is your current, I guess, top? Like, I guess I don't even want to use the word easiest. What comes the most naturally to you? Is it producing? Is it songwriting? Is it composition? Mixing and mastering. What comes? Because I know mixing and mastering is a lot more technical.
Oh yeah.
But what comes most naturally to you, and what can you do uh, at a very, I guess, a very efficient speed?
So I would wait. Okay, do you guys mind if I step away for like 15 seconds? Is that fine?
If you gotta pass gas, bro,
Hey, I
'cause I'm
got. I actually got to. I got to take a pill. What? Is that
do
cool?
what do what you gotta do. If you can't hold it, we don't want no accidents on TV. We don't want no accidents live.
Hey, I'm not mad. Hey,
Artists, are you ready to earn more than a penny? New Fans is a cross between having your own website and being on a marketplace. Upload your music on the New Fans app and get paid within 2 days. You can control your release date and own the data of your fans. Build a real fan base by hosting live events or giving free downloads. Offer pay what you want options to your super fans. After your new fans buy your music, they can listen to your song directly on the app and create playlists. Broadcast messages via push notifications sent directly to their cell phones. Download the new fans app today because dollars make more sense.
all right.
That's how I be feeling at work. I be like, man, I gotta go use the restroom. He wanted to call somebody watch my class. But I was like, man, that's too much. I need to go. Y'all need to hurry up, get out of my class. Get out. Mm.
I
But no,
I'm sorry about that. What was your question again?
my question was, out of all the skills and talents that you have as a creative, you said you produce, you said you write, you said you mix and master and compose songs. Out of those three, right? Uh, which one do you feel that you do most efficiently and effectively? Like considering time and all that stuff. The stuff like you be like, yeah, bet I can get do. Oh, done. You know, which one is the one that you feel like that's the one you could lean on as far as like making a business out of it effectively, like making money off of the repetition of doing something that you think comes easy to you.
So am I picking one or do I get to choose multiple?
I mean, you can put them in top, you know, first to third or whatever.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I just want to know which one. Like, if I was to call you and I needed some assistance, what would be the thing that I would call you on, and you got like expertise? This I can get that done, right? That's what I want to know.
So so if you were to call me, or I would say mixing.
Okay.
And it's easier for me to mix other people's stuff because then it's not mine's, and I feel like it's just much easier because I'm less critical, focus on just getting the next person's stuff to sound the cleanest I can without any bias towards my own sound and my own audio and stuff. So I would say mixing would be, which is what I do mostly. That's how I make most of my money, is mixing for other people and mastering as well if they don't have a mastering engineer. And then so that would be first, and then I would say production and composing below that. Um, that's just easy all around for me. But songwriting, like if I'm doing, if it's a song that I'm doing, it'll take longer because I'm just picky with myself. But if someone came to me and said they wanted like a simple love song or something, I probably take me like 20 minutes. So it's like it's easier for me to do things for other people versus when I'm creating my own stuff pretty much. Like because I'm out of my way when I'm working with, and I love collabing with people. I love hearing other people's ideas. I love I don't like to take control when people come to me. I look at it as 50-50. I'm like, what's your idea? And you want to bounce back and forth? Let's do that so that we can both say that we did this, not like, oh, because of me, I did. I don't play that game. I'm like, we did this. So so yeah, so I think it's easier, the technical things and like production would be my tops because I can make a business out of that for sure. Like that's easy.
Okay. Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah, I just wanted to know because doing a little research. That's all. Doing a little research.
At it.
Yeah.
But I'm horrible as far as business goes and like managing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm terrible. I am
Yeah.
horrible at that. Like I've been so caught up learning mix and produce, like honing the craft, and I have disregarded the business aspect for so long. So that's a weak. This is something where I would want someone to just be like, no, this is what you need. I don't want to have control of that. you know.
Def- Definitely understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'd say to you, what my rebuttal to that would be,
Okay.
uh, learn. You already seem like you like to learn, but
Uh,
learn to love the business side just as much as you love
what's
the.
your like? What would you say would be your what's? I want to know this from all three of you actually. If you're down to share, like, what would be your biggest advice as far as what you just said? I want to know. I'm listening.
I'll continue to say what I just said.
Let's go. My
uh,
bad. My bad.
I was gonna say, like for me, um, most artists where they fall short is what you just said is the business aspect, which in turn gets them taken advantage of. So I would say, learn. I don't care what your schooling level is, whatever. Learn to love the business side. Learn to love to read. Learn to love to take notes. Learn to love to feed off of people that are better than you at something, and not be intimidated or jealous or
Yeah.
any of those weak personality traits that can cause you to miss a blessing. That would be my
That yeah.
advice. Because you gotta be willing to say, I don't know shit. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me with this? Or not even can you help me, just be able to find the resources to build your knowledge on whatever you may be experiencing at that point in time, with your craft. Because I don't think people don't really think things are that hard, or they don't think that they can do certain things. And I feel like it's just a matter of you taking the time to learn, and that's what people don't want to do. They don't want to learn. They want to get straight to the result, and it's a process to get into, you know, all-star status. You can't come into the league, rookie, and think you going all-star. You know, you're gonna have an all-star type year. It's not like that. It don't. That's not, realistic. So yeah, that would be my advice. Learn the business side, because you can create all day. That's
Yeah.
not something I'm gonna worry about. But when I create and I share my content with anybody or any the world, I want to be able to protect myself, and that's where we all fall short, as entrepreneurs, as creatives, with your creative works. Not knowing laws behind your stuff, not knowing the laws between sampling stuff, and like,
Oh yeah.
just wanting to do the thing, like make music, but not knowing, like, this can get me sued, or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's just, we fall into that trap of thinking that, creativity has no laws or no boundaries, and it does. And that's why that would be my thing. Learn the business side, at least enough of it to where you can go into a room with entertainment lawyer or anybody that's on that side of the business, and you can have a conversation and understand what they saying, rather than them talking over your head and you being ignorant, and then they put something in that contract that your ass don't even know.
Don't even.
Like,
Yeah.
that would be my thing. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I love that.
Um, I'll say that also don't, don't forget that you also have to build your fan base.
Oh,
I think that some artists look over that. You know, they're about creating music, which is very important, but also making an effort to um, get at least 1,000 fans, 1,000 supporters to support your music, your business. So, um, how are you growing your fan base right now? Actually,
I'm starting to increase. I just put out the like a SoundCloud version of the latest project is starting to, but I'm just now taking it. I'm just now realizing like that I have to grind on the like old uh, really that so that
Okay.
doing more promos. I'm working with other people now. Like even if they can do me a quick lyric video, like I don't know how to do no lyric video. I'm like I don't know. I don't know, but it's like little things. And oh, and by the way, cheap plug. I got to throw it in there. I finally just signed up for the NEWFANS app.
You got new fans now.
Got the new. I got
Hey,
new fans now. I got my app. I just got to put my profile. You know, I got to finish it up. But I got the email the other day, and I love the way it looks. I like the layout, so I'm gonna start using that. You know, I'm gonna be on that every day. Yeah, I'm at a point. That's why anything you guys are saying right now, I'm listening. I'm a student right now, and I love being a student.
A little bit of advice, since I think I remember you saying you just dropped the music.
Hmm.
You don't worry about the rest. Well, I feel that. To a certain degree, you got to be like that, stay like that. Uh,
Yeah,
but what I will say is, um, try to do your promotions yourself. And
I got.
by that I mean, as an artist, you're going to start getting all kinds of messages and things from people that can claim they can promote your Instagram or your
Ah,
song.
that started happening after I did the after I did the contest. I got
Yeah.
that. That happened like when you guys posted.
How you doing?
That happened.
I was gonna say, be very wary of that because it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game, man. It's not a very fun thing to deal with those people because you never know who's genuinely a good business person. You know, like everybody is trying to make money, and that's just how it is. So my second piece of advice, important advice, would be only deal with legitimate type of things like Google ads, Facebook ads, uh, anything that requires you to set up an account with your name. You can track it, you get data, things like that. That's okay. But if somebody doing it for you and you can't tell what's going on, I have that's a big real red flag for me. So be very cautious when you start promoting your music and getting delving off into that because money don't come easy for stuff like that. That's like you're putting money in the wind and hoping that it gets you attention. It's crazy paying. It's like you paying for attention, not 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 actual money. You paying for attention. It'd be different if you was like having trying to promote your website or something like that, but and selling clothes or anything like that. But you're an artist and you try to get people to listen to your music, so you're literally paying for their attention. So make sure you use verified promotional sources because it's a dirty game, man, and have you in your feelings because you can't really do nothing about it after you done spent your money. So that's one thing. And then I guess I mean RMI, you probably already gonna send them the contact list, huh? Um, but yeah, I would start with uh promoting your music to playlist curators first.
See, and
Uh,
that's confused. I don't know anyone that was able. I'm surrounded by people that I don't want to share. They get on playlists. They don't tell me. I don't. I'm confused with that.
I'm somebody you could talk to about that.
Okay.
RMI, no, I spent like a whole year. I spent like a whole year. 'Cause I used to work overnight. So I spent like a whole year, basically going through a whole bunch of emails, figure out who was who, what's worth sending to, stuff like that. And just speaking from personal experience, it works. It works. It's very
Oh,
time consuming, but it works. And especially if you're getting started off, like if you just now getting started off on promotional stuff, that means your music is new to those people. It don't matter how old the music is, it's new to them.
new to them.
So
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
you got to give it a shot. My mom would like to tell me, nothing beats a failure but a try. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't
Yeah.
try,
I feel
then
you.
you can't say that it doesn't work. But yeah, that's what I would say. Do uh,
Okay. Okay.
start with. You can actually hit me up anytime and ask me
I
about
will.
that because I actually have some relationships that I built with some people, but I hadn't made any music lately. So,
Okay.
but I do have. some songs that are playlisted. I'm in the algorithm for
That's
Spotify.
oh okay.
So I get algorithmic plays all the time because built up
Ooh,
I built up my I
that's
built up my fan base on Spotify to where I don't have to constantly do it. I mean, it would be better if I did promote and do all that extra stuff that I'm supposed to do. But I got to a point where like, okay, this is a lot. I got to do something else, and I hadn't really been on it. But uh, just speaking from personal experience, I'm willing to share that information
thank.
because I know it works. And shout out to RMI, new fans for that.
Shout
Uh,
out to RMI.
she, but that, like I said, we can only do so much. It's on you.
Yeah.
Uh, it's gonna be on you in the wee hours of the night. In the morning, are you gonna be up on your computer submitting songs back to back to back to back to
Yeah.
like it's like you literally copy and pasting the same thing, doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, all like to thousands and thousands of people. So
Mhm.
I would suggest you start there, because the fans will come when you get on those playlists. Uh,
Wow.
it's gonna be kind of hard to be like, all right, I put out a song, let me promote it, and randomly promote it out in the world. You got to have a targeted audience, and by that I mean you got to focus what you want. Where do you want to put your song? Where is it going to get the most engagement? And you don't want to just drop the song and then be like, oh, here's the link, and pay for a Google ad, and it don't. That's kind of like pointless if you haven't already tried to put your song in the places where it can gain some traction, because nobody's gonna
Ah.
listen to a song that got zero plays. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to convince people to listen to music, and they look down at the plays and they like, it ain't got no
Yeah.
plays.
Been
So
a little. Yeah. Yeah.
you gotta build the plays up, make it look like something first, and then start promoting out in the world a little bit broader. You know what I'm saying? Broaden your scope, so in your vision for your promotion, to where if you were promoting in the city or whatever, now you can do the whole state. You know, kind of in that form and fashion. That would be my advice. Focus
I appreciate
on
that.
small wins. Take your small wins and keep growing your small wins until your small wins get you the recognition you need to get the big wins, right?
Oh,
Uh, but yeah, that would be my advice.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, Nemesyzz, I have a new podcast called How to Get New Fans.
Okay.
Where I'm giving free advice, one-on-one advice. So, if you want to sign up for that, I think the first show is on the 8th.
Oh,
So,
you are. Oh, I'm with it.
yeah, if you want to sign up for that.
I want to
Um,
sign up.
So,
my advice is more so getting fans data, the names, phone numbers, email addresses. I don't really talk about listeners on Spotify. But if you want hard data, if you want a hard ticket fan base, sign up. It's free, and I'll give you one-on-one advice.
I appreciate that.
I
Thank
was
you.
about to say I didn't even touch that realm yet. I didn't go there yet. That's just the that's just the tip of the iceberg. Uh, yeah. With that hard fan base, that's another one. Like on top of what she's gonna teach you, you gotta get out there. You gotta do shows. You gotta like. It's not enough to just promote. Like you can't live a digital life. There's no such thing. So you're gonna have to live a real life and go out and meet people that are on the same accord or that are thirsty and hungry for new music and independent artist music. Go to those open mics, do stuff like that, because that's how you build real. I like to call them, timeless music fans, like
Yeah.
fans that will stick around. If you dropped a song 3 years ago, they still listening to that same damn song, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, those kind of fans, because those kind of fans that come out to your shows and they appreciate you for the person that you are, not the artist, but the person you are the ones that stick around. Because remember, you're not selling music, you selling yourself, you selling your brand, you selling your image. Nobody cares about your music till they care about who you are as a person.
And that's true though. It's true. Mhm.
And I guess the last question we would ask is, where do you see yourself in 3 years, Nemesyzz?
Um,
Manifest it, brother.
hey,
Manifest it. Don't shoot too low.
I'm about to you know what? Let me just adjust this real quick. Let me just make sure this is good. Um, hmm. I would say I just see myself just taking care of my people, with my music. That's where I see myself. I see myself just on tour just because I don't want anything. For me, like, let me try to adjust this a little bit more. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see myself I don't want anything. I feel like I have everything, being able to create. What my mission is to take care of my tribe. That's my thing. And even if they don't understand it now, they'll understand it when they see it. And that's what I manifest. Like, because it's going to happen. There's no other option. So I see my in the next 3 years, I see myself just making music, touring, upgrading my equipment, just working with the artists that I want to work with, and everyone that's contributed to my music, them getting broke off, and them getting what they deserve, like that. That's where I see myself. Just everyone eating. So,
I like it. I like it.
thank you. That's what I put out this recent album. Took me supposed to drop last Christmas, but then I hit perfectionist mode. But it was for a reason. People were like, "Why didn't you drop it?" I'm like, "Nah." But then they're like, "Yo, I understand why they can hear like you're putting time in." I love when people hear my stuff and they get really invested. Then they're like, "Why are you not doing this?" Why, most people would take offense to that. Like, you need to do that. What were your visuals? Most people take offense, but for me, I'm like, you're coming to me because you care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't have an opinion on like what you feel like I would need for certain things. Like, that just means you're invested. So um so that's where I'm at. Like, people are just like, you need, come on, let's get videos. And you mentioned it, like what you guys were saying, like live shows and mailing lists and all these things. Like, everyone around me is saying everything you guys are saying, and like, just do it. You got the music. Like, just do the other stuff now. Come on, please. So, and I'm gonna shout out RXPRN one more time, and Verde Zool, like, they're a part of the new album as well. They're a big contribution to it, and they tell me the same thing. They're like, if you gonna wear a mask, I love masks. Like, I love the sheep. My persona is wearing the sheep mask. They're like, if you're gonna do that, you got to know how to market it. You got to know how to. They're saying everything you guys are saying, and it's always good confirmation. So, yeah,
I can dig it.
yes,
Well, Nemesyzz, I appreciate you for joining us. It was definitely a great conversation that we had.
I appreciate it.
Um,
Thank you.
Double R, you want to take us out?
Yeah, sure. I do want to say one thing.
Yes.
Um, You asked all three of our opinion. I didn't give mine, so I would just say one thing that you said that stuck out was being too overly critical. We gotta forget, like we kind of forget that this is art. You know what I mean? And it's like it's no right or wrong. No paintings are ever perfect. You know what I mean? Some might be, but not all. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of art. So just try to simplify certain things and just drop, because I'm dealing with the same thing. I'm sitting on so much music that I don't even know what to do with it, how to drop it. Getting covers for everything is money. Like Young Boss like to say, like it's probably best to
Mm.
like put projects together, but sometimes it'd be like, even with that, it'd be a lot. You know what I mean? So just stay focused and just keep trying to drop. You know what I mean? No matter what, just keep dropping. You know what I mean? Still have a plan, like Young Boss said, but make sure you're not holding on to anything, because you can look up and so much time go by and you like, damn, I don't even really know what to do with this shit. Like, you know what I mean? So
Hey, that's what happened. Yeah, yeah.
I say your sound can become obsolete. Don't think that you got all a lifetime. You
Mm.
don't. If
No.
nobody hear the music, then how will you know if it's a good song or to make more songs like that song? You gotta you gotta drop it, whether it gets 0 plays or 1,000 or 200,000. If you don't drop it, how will you know which avenue, what is your niche, what's your lane to stay in to get a better engagement, a better return on your creative investment, right?
Yeah,
I agree wholly with Double. Like,
I
yeah,
do too. Yes.
you can sit on stuff long enough to where you can't even use it no more.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
you end up having to go back and record new verses. Like
mm.
like if you said your age in a verse, you can't use that no more because that
No more.
you know what I'm saying. Like it's just it's like so many different factors that go into a song blowing up or going viral. And I watched a little like short video on that the other day, and the guy was, and it's a producer. He was saying, man, the equation for a hit song is it varies from for each song, but it's all the like the contributing factors are all the same, but they vary. Some songs blow up because it's an actually a good song, but other songs blow up because of heavy promotion,
Every promotion.
high repetitiveness, or the sheer uh, timing, luck of timing, dropping a song on the right day at the right time can cause you to be in a different realm. But nobody knows uh, those key things that go into that. For some people, it doesn't matter, but for independent artists, it matters all the time because you don't want to drop a song the same day Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole drop their album.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a waste of
I
time.
did. My shit got more plays than they shit. I don't know what you thought. I was playing.
Well, I'm just saying it. But
Nah,
I'm
I'm
just
playing.
saying in general though. Like you get
Nah,
what
I
I'm
get
saying.
Mm.
I
You
get
get what
what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying.
If that if that's not man, well, I don't know why I'm echoing. But like I was saying, if that's not your niche. If that's not your realm, he said, he's a more of a lyrical rapper.
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, your competition is gonna be lyrical people.
Yeah, that's
So yeah,
true.
if you drop if if that's the kind of music that you make, that's high substance, high lyrical content, then you gotta don't be so humble that you don't put yourself in the realm and judge yourself on that realm with those people. Because if that's where you want to be, then that's who your competition is going to be.
And that's
And same goes for any genre. Like if you make trap music, then you know who your competition is. You know who your like artists are. Your suggested artists will be right when your song plays. Who's gonna pop up? Next. And that's kind of how I view it. But like I said, just be very. Don't sit on stuff so long to where you do nothing. It has nothing, no value anymore. And
yeah.
I even for Devil, for myself, for anybody, uh, that's more hurtful to you than waste. Yeah, it's like a wasting your time.
Yeah,
it's more hurtful to you than actually putting money out there and losing it on a scammer. Like is that
yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
is way more hurtful to you than that.
Yeah.
So I don't be scared to take risks. Don't be scared to learn that wasn't the right way to go.
I like that. Thank you. I really like that a lot. I
And with
appreciate.
that being said, Nemesyzz, we appreciate you for tapping in. You get what I'm saying? We appreciate you giving us your time, letting us deep
I
dive in, you know what I mean, in your thoughts and how you feel as an artist. And with that being said, new fans, hope everybody have a great week. New fans out.